Well, welcome back everybody. Today we're going to be reacting to Harmonations. My art journey. I'm going to be reacting to this. Okay.
Pretty much immediate. Some cool shirts. Use the link in the description. I have been an aspiring artist for quite some time now, and I thought I might tell you guys some of my experiences from my art journey. So, let's start at the beginning. I remember sitting in class in 6th grade and noticing Paul drawing little cartoon characters, and all I could think was, whoa, that kid is cool. Immediately, I began imitating the drawings he was making. They were crappy and unoriginal, but I was instantly in love. I went home, got on YouTube, and looked up how to draw videos and just followed a ton of tutorials. Pretty much immediately, I realized I wasn't a good artist and my drawings were sloppy and copied, but I didn't give up. I wanted to be cool like Paul. It was discouraging to look at people who were worlds better than me, but I knew that I really cared about art and that I wanted to be good at it. So, I drew in my class notebooks, I doodled in the corners of worksheets, and I rummaged my house to find old journals that had empty pages, all of which I filled with my drawings. I was having a blast just making these little doodles. However, I was discouraged because at this point, all of my drawings were copies of things I had seen before, because I didn't know how to make up things on my own. But it's okay that I copied because I didn't post my drawings online and claim that they were my own original artworks, unlike some of you gremlins. I was just using copying as a way to learn. How did Leonardo da Vinci learn how to paint people? He looked at people and copied them down. It's okay to use reference and copy things to learn. It's just like training wheels. But the thing
True. But generally, you should be better off generally giving this advice as an artist, not a professional. I am not a professional. Do not take anything I say to heart. You should, if you can, use your imagination, because original work is better than any other kind of work, to be honest.
About training wheels is that they gotta come off eventually. Even in this early stage, I was trying to put my own artistic flair on my drawings. For example, instead of exactly copying the tutorials, I would change up the hair or the facial expression. It was a great learning experience for me. As I was watching more and more tutorials, I noticed that there were multiple different art styles. There was one tutorial that was drawing cartoons, and I loved their simple style. And from one of those videos, I learned how to draw the classic cartoon cat mouth. You know, the really cutesy mouth people put on things. I thought it was so cute and I wanted to use it to make my own cute creature. I looked at the drawings I had been making and decided to combine them in a unique way.
That's how we got the animation tutorial.
Aw, this thing is cute. What should I call it? Ham. That's perfect. And thus the ham was born, the mascot of this channel. And no, it's not a piece of ham. I just liked the way the word ham sounded, and I thought it was a cute name. It was pretty much my first original creature, and I wanted to show everyone. The next day at school, I showed the ham to all my friends, and they loved it. We started drawing comics together, where one person would draw one panel, and then pass the paper, and the next person would draw the next panel. We called them double comics, and we made them all the time, and the ham was always in them. Unfortunately, those comics are all long gone, but I do remember what one of them was like. Here, watch a recreation of it. Oh look, a ham! I should take him to the ham store. Hello, I found this ham. Does he belong here?
Oh yes, he ran off, yeah, because he was scared. You go for bringing him back.
What was he scared of?
My boss. Hey! Here, give him a ham translator hat, like I have.
Okay.
The boss is evil. We have to run before he gets us. Quick, pick me up and press my belly.
Okay.
Hooray, we won!
We're gonna be friends forever. That that was basically the beginning of my art journey. Following tutorials, making comics, and slowly starting to develop my own unique style.
Wow.
Years passed, I kept drawing, I was filling more sketchbooks, and making my own original characters and drawings. But being an art kid, you start to notice patterns in people's behaviors. For example, whenever people would see my sketchbook, they would almost always say, "Hey, that's a pretty good drawing. I can't even draw a stick figure." Every time. If you're one of those people who supposedly can't draw a stick figure, then please follow this helpful tutorial. Bing, bang, boom, there you go. If you ever run into anybody and they say, "I can't even draw a stick figure," then sit them down, show them this video, and educate them. There, problem solved. Within a few short weeks, the term, "I can't even draw a stick figure," should be completely eradicated. Artists and animators alike rejoice. Also, sometimes another art kid would see my sketchbook and ask to see it, so I'd show them and then I'd ask to see theirs. But then they'd shut it and hide it. Like, excuse me, I just showed you my hopes and dreams and now you're gonna hide yours? That's like being like, "Hey, if you tell me a secret, then I'll tell you one." Okay. Now what's your secret? I'm not telling you my secret, and now that I know your secret, I'm gonna go tell everybody. Bye! My secret. Like, okay, wow, whatever, be like that. Unless there are non-advertiser friendly things in there. In that case, keep your secrets. Anyways, asking to see my sketchbook is all fine and good, but the people who didn't ask and would just hover over...
Do you all see this? He's drawing in the background. Little by little drawing ham.
Me as I drew always threw me off. I would just sit there feeling really awkward.
True. If you're just drawing and people are like, "That's cool," and just staring deep into your soul and the soul of the drawing, you would feel awkward. At least I did. Every single time.
And pretending not to see them as they slowly stared into my soul. And then, with a little more drawing under my belt, I decided to take it to the next level. Because one day when I came home, I discovered an old drawing tablet in the computer room of my house. And I decided to set it up, and using a crappy default animation software, I created my first digital animation. Jeez, this guy can't even draw a stick figure. Hey, you... You know, you've got a point. Okay, so I take it back. The term, "I can barely draw a stick figure," is now allowed again because apparently it applies to me. And then one day, my friend recommended a YouTuber to me. He was an animator, and I mean, he was only slightly better than me and only a little bit more popular. I mean, whatever. This animator is a pretty small channel. You've probably never heard of them. But anyways, he was doing something called Storytime Animation, where you would make little animations that would play over stories. And I was instantly in love with the genre, and I knew that I wanted to do that too. My art was still pretty bad, but I knew that this was the next step. Because even though my art was bad, I was gonna try anyway. You gotta start somewhere, kids.
Motivation.
I watched a tutorial on YouTube, created a character to animate, recorded a funny story, and I created a YouTube channel. And you all know where that led. Hello, Internet! Anyways, before I end the video, let me just clarify something. I said earlier that stick figure animation was my first digital animation. But there are other types of animation than digital. For example, stop motion. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you what I'm counting as my true first animation. I did it with my friend Cole. Also, just so you know, this is a different Cole than the Cole that told a story in my Friend Stories video. Where I lived, there were actually 3 kids named Cole. There was Best Friend Cole, Friend Cole, and Acquaintance Cole. This animation was with Friend Cole, because me and him were in the same class. So, without further ado, please enjoy my first animation, a stop motion called The Great Rock Adventure.
The Great Rock Adventure.
I hate being a rock, it's boring.
Yeah, me too. You know what?
What?
I'm so tired of this. When
Wow, you have to try this.
Okay.
We should go explore the world.
Okay, let's go! Mission: get to the airport. 3, 2, 1, go! Level 1 complete. Can't believe we just did that.
Wait a second. How do I fly this thing?